Hello everyone. So in this video, I'll be discussing and reviewing about two articles that is discussing about behavioral finance. So the first article is the rational component of your stock price, and the second one is about do fundamentals or emotion that drive the stock market. My name is Joseph Eugene Moindong. I am from Mergers and Acquisition class, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so for the first article, we're going to discuss about the rational component of the stock market or about the stock price. And the background is about emotions and biases that affect stock prices in the short term. This argument about investor emotion and biases that affect stock prices in the short term effect to the manager struggle in making tactical decision on the matters of timing of mergers, also about the quantity of equity issuance. And this article explores how investor emotions affect in the short term and how managers can use a simple model to understand and respond to these deviations from the fundamentals itself. And the purpose of the article is to aim by providing managers with the practical tools to measure the irrational component of their stock prices and make better strategic and tactical decisions based on the fundamental valuation model. And specifically also this article uses two models, which is the first one is S&P 500 index value based on the discounted cash flow using corporate profits and inflation adjusted profit growth. Second one is expected corporate returns on capital. Third one is inflation adjusted cost of capital and the expected inflation. And finally, they want to see the one that reflects the valuation fundamentals and the one that reflects the behavior of the investor itself. And the purpose of the article is to analyze the difference between the two models and their implication for the managers. So next slide. So when using the two models, what are the results from the data that we got from the article? So the first one is the stock prices are influenced by investors' emotion biases in the short term. So the article shows how investors tend to overreact or underreact to changes in inflation and earnings, causing the stock prices to deviate from their intrinsic value based on their fundamentals. This deviation can last for several years, creating opportunities or challenges for managers and also investors. Second one is that stock prices converge to fundamentals in the long term. This article also shows how stock prices eventually adjust to reflect the long-term trends and drivers of value, such as corporate profits, return on capital, and the cost of capital. So these fundamentals are more stable and predictable than short-term fluctuation in inflation and also the earnings. The behavior model shows how market valuation adjusts to fundamentals over the long-term period because of the cyclical pattern in inflation and earnings. Since actual earnings and inflation tends to return to long-term trends, the behavioral model sooner or later will reflect back to the fundamentals exactly as the market does. So therefore, strategical financial decision should be based on the fundamental valuation model rather than the behavioral financial or the valuation model. And the third one is managers should understand the sources and implications of market deviations. So this article suggests that managers can benefit from using a simple model that captures the irrational component of the stock prices. This model can help managers identify when and why their company or sector stock prices are overvalued or undervalued by the market, and how can they take advantage to mitigate the situation. For example, managers can time their equity issuance or M&A transactions based on the market deviations. Next slide is about my personal opinion that hoarding investing is risky and we must calculate your risk, or we must calculate our risk in investment in the earliest stage possible. So many investors take their decision by following the crowd, buying what the crowd are buying right now, and it may work in the short term, but in the long term it will be very difficult to win in the market, and also explain, and there's the result also in the article. So you should invest in a healthy company with a healthy current and future cash flow, with a growing business opportunities, and lastly, you have a strong position in the market. Okay, so what are the lessons learned from the article about the rational component of your stock price? So the lessons learned are managers should not be swayed by short-term fluctuation in their share prices that are driven by investor emotion biases. Instead, they should focus on the long-term fundamentals of their business and use discounted cash flow analysis to make valuation decisions. The article also suggests that managers can use a simple model to understand how investor expectation of inflation, interest rate, and earning growth affect their price to earning ratio and cost deviation from the intrinsic value. And by doing so, managers can identify the conditions that are most likely to create opportunities or challenges for their company and sector in the stock market. Okay, so that's it for the first half of the video, which is discussing about the irrational component of the stock prices. Now we're going to move on to the second article. We will be reviewing and discussing about the article from McKinsey, which is do fundamentals or emotion drive the stock market. So the article actually explained about a debate between the efficient market theory and also the behavioral finance theory in explaining the stock market behavior. The article argues that while emotions can sometimes drive market deviations from economic fundamentals, these deviations are actually rare and short-lived, and that the manager should rely on discounted cash flow analysis to make valuation decision rather than using the behavior pattern. And the article also discussed the conditions and examples of irrational investor behavior, as well as the implication for the financial decision making. And also, this article specifically gave proof and evidence to support the view and offer some implication also for managers and investors. So, next slide. Before we're going to discuss deeply about the evidence for fundamentals, there is a role of emotion or role of behavioral finance in this matter. According to behavioral finance, the market might fail to reflect economic fundamentals under this condition. First one is we have irrational behavior, where investors are wrongly process all available information while forming their expectation of future performance. Second one is a systematic patterns of behavior, that is when a large group of investors share particular patterns of behavior. And the third one is there's a limit to arbitrage in financial markets. That's where investors assume that a company recent strong performance alone is an indication of future performance. So, between the efficient market theory and behavioral finance theory, which one will rules? So, in the article, it compares two competing theories, explain how stock prices are determined, and the efficient market theory assumes that investors are all rational and the market are efficient, while the behavioral finance theory acknowledges that investors are influenced by emotions and biases. For the evidence of fundamentals, the article specifically presents several arguments and data to support the view, such as earning, dividends, and interest rate that are becoming the main drivers of stock prices in the long run. And also, the article shows that stock returns are correlated with economic growth, earning growth, and dividend yield across countries and time periods. Second one, we have the role of emotion, which in the article acknowledge that emotion can sometimes affect market behavior, especially in the short term. And the article cites example of market bubble crash, anomalies, and that can be attributed to psychological factors such as overconfidence, herding behavior that already mentioned before, loss of aversion, and anchoring. Okay, so for my opinion and my lesson learned, I believe in the fundamentals of stock will rule in the long run. We may have a diversion or we may have volatility of the stock in the short term, especially in this era where there is a geopolitical tension, where there is an uncertainty about the future, but the fundamentals of the stock will implies in a long run, and stock prices may determine again by combination of fundamentals and emotion, but fundamentals have a stronger and more consistent impact in the long run. And there is a conclusion about for the investor and also the managers. So for the investor, you should focus on underlying value and the performance of the company that you will invest in. And also for the managers, you have to communicate your long-term value creation strategy clearly and effectively to the market and avoid chasing short-term gains at the expense of the long-term growth. Okay, so I think that's it for my review of the two articles that are discussing about the behavioral finance itself. My name is Joseph again from the mergers and acquisition class, and I hope this video helps. Thank you very much. Bye.